I think about the words of the poet Rumi. The wound is the place where the light enters you. So it is a wound that does not heal, but it's also, I think, the source of light. If I read from my memoir, Memorial Drive, what I get to give back to the world through my work means more people will know this story of Gwendolyn Ann Grimmett, born Gwendolyn Ann Turnbough, my mother, and the way that her story matters and can help other women who are trying to find their way out. At first in Atlanta, it was just me and my mom. When she was a graduate student, she took a job at a place called the Mine Shaft, which was a bar in underground Atlanta. And on one of her shifts there, I think, she met the man who would become my stepfather. I was about in the 5th grade. They'd been married for a few years, and it was on one of those nights that I heard it the first time. I heard a very loud sound, like a fist making contact with someone's face. And then I heard my mother say, "Please, Joel, please don't hit me again." When I was a senior in high school, she and my brother went to a shelter for battered women. So she was able to get away for a while. She was able to get a divorce, and yet he could find her. He continued to stalk her. He tried to kill her once in February 14th of 1984. He was given a year for criminal trespass. June 5th, 1985. I was in my dorm room at the University of Georgia, and there was a knock on the door, and there was an officer standing there. And he said to me, "You need to call this number." And so I called the number, and the person who answered the phone said, "Miss Trethewey, it's your mother. She's been shot." I say, "Where is she?" And the woman says, "She's dead, ma'am." I understand that I was in shock. I kept thinking it was a mistake. In 1986, DeKalb County created a task force that recommended to the commissioner's office to start a center. And with $10,000, they started the Women's Resource Center to end domestic violence. And my mother's death was an impetus for that, which is to say that her death was not merely senseless because of the powerfully good and important things that have come out of it. She did not die in vain when her death inspires the work of a center like the Women's Resource Center to end domestic violence. But her death has been made deeply meaningful for not just me, for a lot of women, a lot of children, a lot of families. Since their founding in 1986, 40 years ago, the Women's Resource Center to End Domestic Violence has touched the lives of more than 200,000 survivors. That is a remarkable thing. It not only fills me with joy, but it also makes me continue to be hopeful and to know that people can survive, that what happened to my mother does not have to be the outcome, that there's a place to go that has already helped that many people and continues to do so.